Good morning. This is December the 29th, Friday, 2023, and we are in BBIS first year compulsory English class. Yesterday, we completed a reading the research paper Women's Entrepreneurship and Women's Entrepreneurship and Culture. And today we are supposed to start the new chapter, an essay, Someone is Stealing Your Life. So this essay is in chapter 5 in the book New Directions. And if you see, the theme of chapter 5 is work. So this essay is about work. And it is about workers. It is about American workers, right? And this essay makes an argument. So it begins with a claim. And you can see the claim in the very title. Someone is stealing your life. This is a very serious charge. So this someone is the employer who is giving a job. And this your is the employee. And look, the verb is stealing. And somewhere below, he argues why he thinks so, right? So as I said, this is about work culture. It's about work culture in America. And I said it's an argumentative essay that makes this claim and gives evidence. And this essay is also comparison and contrast essay. For example, Michael Ventura compares the employee and the employer. Michael Ventura compares the employer and the employee. He compares how much work the employee does and how much work the employer does, and what the employee gets and what the employer gets. So this is the background of the essay. I opened the essay. Now we have a presenter. Junius will present on the essay. Please come. Come from this side. And juniors, we are being recorded. Your face will appear. So I might post this video on social media. YouTube, is it okay? Clip 1 in the column. Any side? Okay. Go.
Hello everyone, my name is Junius Moharjan and today I am here to present on the topic about someone is stealing your life. So this essay is written by Michael Ventura. He is a columnist and a novelist. So columnist and novelist and
Write the author's name over there, they might see. Michael, Michael, Ventura, Ventura.
So he is a writer and columnist, and this essay was originally appeared in LA Weekly in 1990 and was reprinted in Auntie Readers. So this created a controversy.
Where was it printed first?
LA Weekly newspaper.
Could you write that?
LA Weekly
Okay.
newspaper.
Okay.
And it was reprinted in Auntie Readers.
Could you clip the mic on the other side? It will record voice clearly. Okay.
So it created a controversy in Auntie Readers among the editorial staffs. Why? Because some people found it short-sighted, misleading and short-sighted, and others found it a moving and accurate description of American workplace. So this essay is an argumentative essay and problem and solution essay. So the theme of this essay is work culture in America, work attitude of workers towards their work and relation between employee and employers. So here employers are exploiting the employers and employees are being exploited. So moving ahead, in first paragraph, most American adults wake up around 6 in the morning, get to work at 8 or 9, knocks off around 5, home again 6 is 50 weeks a year for 45 years. So it presents here the situation of American workers. They work for 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we can see that they are very hardworking. Moving ahead, in paragraph 2, most are glad to have the work but don't really choose it. So here most means Americans. So they are glad they have work. This means they are glad, they are happy to work, happy they have job. So but they don't really choose it. So we think that when we go America, it's easy to find job, but it's not as easy as we think it is. So there are many people but less opportunity in America. Moving ahead, they may dream. So workers may dream dream about their work, they may study about their work, they may train for their work, but what happens? Sooner or later, it doesn't work out, it doesn't pan out, it doesn't work out, it doesn't end up working out. So they take what they can do. So they take any jobs they want, they take any jobs they get. Why? Because they have families to support. So their jobs need, so they need their jobs more than their jobs need them. Why? Because they have families to support. So they are employees. They are employees. They do any jobs they get. Why? Because they have families to support. And yes. So I hope you focus this line. Most have no say.
You can use both mics. I won't be speaking, so it will be studio recording. You sound a bit clear.
So whatsoever about much have nothing. So, most have no say. What? Most have no say whatsoever about much of anything on the job. So this is the main idea. So what does this mean? This means they do anything, any job they get low salary, but they have nothing to say. They can't say anything to their employers. Employers means boss. So they cannot say anything to their boss. So if they want increment in their salary, you can leave. If you want leave, holiday, you can leave. So this means they.
The word no say.
This no say. So this will.
Crucial word. This is the cause of problem.
This is the cause.
Workers have no right to speak about anything.
Problem. So this essay also talks a lot about no say. Employers have nothing to, can't
No
say
right.
anything, no right to say anything to their employers. So the purpose and standard of the product or service, the short and long-term goals of the company are considered quite literally none of their business, though these drastically influence every aspect of their life. So employees are not made aware, have no rights to be aware about long-term and short-term goals of the company, but these affect them the most. No matter what they have given years to day survival of the business, employees, when they are called manager, mostly take order. So manager is just a post. They mostly just take orders and be a slave. Like they have to follow their employers and
When
else.
you take order, you are a servant. When you take order, you are a servant. And there is a master. And the master is everything, you are nothing. Go on.
So else it seems an odd way to structure a free society. So this context proves that America is not a free society. Why? Because employees have no freedom. Why? Because employees have no authority. So most people have little or no authority over what they do 5 days a week for 45 years. Doesn't sound like much life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Sounds like drone. Sounds like nation of drones. So American Constitution grants their citizen life, liberty, and prospect of happiness. Liberty means freedom. So, but for employees, they don't grant life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Why? Because they are being exploited by their employers. and they have no freedom. So
Ventura criticizes American Constitution because he means that in practice Americans are not getting the right of life, liberty, for this is a very famous statement. Thomas Jefferson, who was one of the people drafting the Constitution, Thomas Jefferson has written one article titled Declaration of Independence. And that Declaration of Independence was written to declare that America is free from Britain, because America was part of Britain. British people came to America and established new America. And there Thomas Jefferson says that every person has right to life. What does it mean? You cannot be killed illegally. Every person has right to liberty. You are free to do what pleases you. Right? We cannot put you in jail without a reason, legal reason. Every person is free to pursuit of happiness. If I am happy dancing, I'll dance. Why should you complain? If I'm happy singing, I'll sing. I'm free to do what makes me happy. This is what American Constitution guarantees. Now the point he makes is that American workers, they don't have this freedom. That's the point. Go on.
sounds like a nation drone. This means they work for 12 hours a day like a drone, like an insect.
A drone is a male bee. I guess so. I'm not sure. But meaning here is somebody who always works like a machine.
It used to be that one compensation for being an American drone was the freedom to live in one's own little house in a quirky way, in a clean and safe community in which their children have chance to be happier. But richer drone than you. But working shifts. This means ordinary hardworking people. Ordinary hardworking people. So, ordinary hardworking people cannot afford house now. If your communities are clean, none are safe, and your kids' prospects are worse. So, here is a concept that being an American drone brings you, being an American drone, you expect freedom. You expect a little own house. You expect clean and safe community and freedom, clean and children's bright future. So, but in reality, ordinary hard-working people don't have freedom, don't have their own house, don't have clean and safe community for them, don't have children's bright future. So why? Now question raises, why? Because for 5 days a week, for 45 years, you had no say. See here again, you had no say. Because you are being exploited by your employers, so you had no say. You cannot say anything. Just you have to do for your sake, for your family. While other people are employers. Employers have been making decisions that haven't been good for you. Employee, this you is employee. So employers have been making decisions which is not good for employees. But what can they do? Nothing, because they had no say. Because they had no say. I am not sure whose happiness we have been pursuing lately, but one thing is clear, it's not the happiness of those who have done work for the society. So here, So here you can see the employees have been working for employers' happiness. They have not been working for their sake. They have been working for employer's sake. So the employer's sake, yeah.
Let me add one thing there before you move ahead. See, understand, boys and girls, there is something known as, click there. American dream. There is a concept of American dream popular in America. And according to this American dream concept, what does it mean? It has three things. It says, this concept says, if you work really hard, right? For that one, if you plan things on time, right? You work hard. And number three, if you take right decisions, if you can do these three things, according to American dream, if you plan your life on time, if you work really hard, and if you take right decisions on time, what will happen? You will achieve all your dreams of prosperity. This is what this concept says. So, the employees are working very hard, right? Why are they working hard? They are working hard because they want to, click there, they want to buy their own house. Okay, it's all right. They are working hard because they want to have their own house. They are working hard because they want to live in a clean and safe community. They are working hard because they want a very good future for their children. Right? This is the American dream. This is what happiness means. This is what happiness means, because American Constitution says that there is a guarantee for the pursuit of happiness. But the question is, when the workers work, they don't get the house. The employer gets the house. They don't live in a clean and safe community. They live in a very poor area. The employers live in rich area. Workers, their children don't have any future. Employers' children have all the future. You remember they say, loving the boom. Loving the boom, blue collar millionaire. Say, take, feel comfortable, okay? Go on. Hello, the Dilan के बच्चों क्लास पढ़ी सारे गाली करे on camera गाली करे टाइम आवे के बच्चों के भी.
So, on the other hand, or they say again here, they means employers, you are free, and if you don't like your job, you can pursue your own happiness by starting your very own, by becoming an independent entrepreneur. But you are only an independent as your credit rating. And to compete in the business community, you will find yourself having to treat others, your employees, as much as slaves as you can get away with. Pay them as little as they will tolerate and give them no say in anything. Because that's what's most efficient and profitable. Money is absolute standard. Freedom and the dignity and well-being of one's fellow creature simply don't figure in the basic formula. So in this paragraph, employers say you can start your own business, you can pursue your own happiness by starting your own independent entrepreneur. But what happens? Money comes in the way. Money becomes barrier. So if your credit rating is low, if you have nothing to give to bank, if you have no homes to give as a collateral, so if you don't have anything to give to bank, then you are not getting any loan. So to start a new business, you need a good capital. So if you don't have a good capital, you go back to being treated as a slave. But if you have a good money, good capital to start your own business, in business community, you will find yourself treating your employees as slaves. How? Why? Why? So because in America, treating your employees as slaves, giving them as low as paying them as little as they will tolerate, and giving them no say makes your business profitable. You are just a cost to them. You are just expenses to them. So in America, employers become rich by exploiting their employees.
So do you see here, Ventura is strongly criticizing capitalism, and he says that people make profit because they exploit workers. People make profit because they treat workers as slaves. So Ventura is criticizing American capital culture, right? Go on. And one more thing, follow this idea here. Look, American Constitution says that if you are not happy with something, do something else. Do what makes you happy. And you say, Divakar sir, you are paying me very little, I am not happy. So Divakar sir says, okay, leave my job, go elsewhere, open your company. But the problem is, to open a company, you need money. You need money. And in America, where do you get money? You get money in the bank. So you go to the bank, asking for a loan. What the bank does? The bank does an assessment about your earning sources, right? You have no good earning sources. So the bank says, I can give you only $100, let's say, because you can't pay back more than that. So with $100, how can you start business? So then you have no option. So when you say that if you don't like being employee, become an entrepreneur, that's also not easy, because the first problem in that is money. Second, earlier you were complaining that this company is treating me like a slave. Now you have to treat other people like a slave. Because argument is in America is America because workers are treated like slave. Remember what was Lau Baka in the essay Loving the Boom? Robert Bartuglia. Robert Bartuglia became millionaire because Bartuglia had a donkey manager like Lau Baka. And Baka was the slave. So right, in examination, you will get questions where the question will require you to connect this lesson with that lesson. In exam, there will be a question. Imagine you are Michael Ventura and you are reading Loving the Boom. What will be your response? Like that. Okay, go on.
So in America, money is everything. Money is everything.
Why only America? Here also money is everything. Yes. I asked people only last time teaching computers and pursuit of happiness. Oh God, everybody says, Divakar sir, anyhow paisa kamao. I said, anyhow? Yes, anyhow. And they said that money is everything. People are not nothing. You say that people are nothing, money is everything. Understand, if you think money is everything, life becomes hell. Money is not everything. There is something above money. Your parents are above money. You are above money. Your friends are above money. People are above money. Relations are above money. If you put money above people, you become swarthy. And when you become swarthy, your life becomes hell. So be careful when you put money above everything. Go on.
So money is everything. In America, so bosses, employers don't care about employees. They just care about his money. So why? Because money gives you freedom, dignity, and well-being of one's fellow creature. So
So in America, Cliff, you missed a point. Employers don't care about your freedom. Employers don't care about your respect. Employers don't care about your well-being. I remember. Actually, म क्यामेरा बोल्छु ल एउटा कलेजमा पढाउँथेँ म आरएसपी नेपाली कुनै प्रोग्राममा हामी जानुपर्ने थियो सबैजना पुगे त्यहाँ प्रोग्राममा प्रिन्सिपलले पुग्नु भएको रहेछ अनि मलाई चिन्ने कोही मान्छे नि त्यहाँ रहेछ अनि म पुगेको थिइनँ अनि प्रिन्सिपलले मलाई खोज्दा के भन्नु त्यो दिवाकर आएको छैन भन्नुभएछ के अनि अरू सुन्ने मान्छेलाई सकिङ भएछ कि प्रिन्सिपलले टिचरले त भने नि त अनि उहाँले मलाई भन्नुभयो कस्तो प्रिन्सिपल हो तपाईँलाई त भने अहिले उहाँको बानी होला एन एक्जाम्पल हाउ बसेस ट्रिट people under them as slaves. तपाईँको त भन्नुहुन्छ हुँदैन भाइमा पोछा लगाउने मान्छेले तपाईँ भन्नुपर्छ टोयलेट सफा गर्ने मान्छेलाई पनि तपाईँ भन्नुपर्छ विथ डिग्निटी बोल्नुपर्छ अब अमेरिका जानुभयो भने पहिले सिक्नुहोस् के यु हेभ नो डिग्निटी यु हेभ नो योर इम्प्लोयर विल स्कोल्ड यु लाइक अ स्लेभ he won't care about your health. You say I am sick today, he will say either come or I'll fire you. The video हेर्नु न कोरियाको बिरामी भएर ड्युटी नगरेर कुटाइ खाएको भिडियो आउँछ त नेपालीहरूको कोरियामा काम गर्ने नेपालीले ज्वरो आएर काममा नगएर भोलिपल्ट काममा जाँदाखेरि सुपरभाइजरले कुटेको भिडियो छाड्छ भिडियोमा फेसबुकमा आउँछ त बिरामी भएर काममा त कुटाइ खाएको लुक व्हाट ह्यापन्स व्हेन यु गो टु फरेन कन्ट्री एन्ड वर्क नेपाल भएर कराइमा मिल्ने तर बोल्नु मिल्दैन नि तर बोल्नु कुटिहाल्छ नि त राइट हिजो मात्रै अस्ट्रेलिया हिजो हेर्दै थिएँ अस्ट्रेलियामा विद्यार्थीहरूले कलेजलाई फी तिर्ने खर्च नभएर सडकमा सुत्दो रहेछ अनि त्यो सडकमा सुत्ने ठाउँ बनाइदिएको हुँदो रहेछ ओपन स्काईमा सुत्दो रहेछ हिजो मात्रै मैले हेरेको सक भयो क्या मलाई राइट इट्स नट इजी टु बी अ वर्कर राइट एन्ड दिस essay is raising a voice in favor of workers, right? The voice is give respect to workers, give money to them, give right to them. Don't treat workers as slaves. That's the point. Go on. Go on. Sorry for this interruption and sorry again for the Nepali, right? I can't help this speaking Nepali, but I emotionally
So this may seem a fairly harsh way to state the rules America now lives by. So this may seem fairly harsh means the thing we discussed above in paragraph 4 that they are employees being treated as slave, they paying less salary. Employers exploiting employees, giving them no rights, giving them no freedom, no dignity, but this is how the rule American business is. This is how employers treat employees in America. So, but if I sound radical, it's not from doing a lot of reading in some cozy university then dashing off to dispense opinion as prima donna of the alternative press. So I learned about drones by droning. So this is main idea. This is main idea here. From age to 18 to 29, minus a few distracted months at college when I was 24, I worked the sort of job that I expected to have all my life. So he did many jobs in his lifetime, being a typesetter, a tape transcriber, proofreader, messenger, secretary, hospital orderly, vacuum cleaner, salesman, jack in the box counter person, waiter, nail hammerer, cement mixer, toilet scrubber, and driver. So
all these are blue collar jobs.
yeah, as so all the more job he did, the more he realized how in America employees are being treated. How employees are being exploited, how employees are being treated as slave. So he learned all this. Being treated as slave, low salary, being exploited. He learned all this by droning, by working, by being a drone himself. He realized all this so this is all his experience, not the things he read from book. This is all his experience. He talked about his experience. So I learned about drones by droning means he experienced this by droning.
This essay is based on Michael Ventura's first-hand experience. And when somebody says, what I am saying is from my experience, you believe them. So this essay has better ethical appeal. Because the author says, I did these works and I came to learn about this exploitation. So mobile चलाना बस ये यो तिमी मोबाइल चलाउँछौ अर्कोलाई त गरी गरिले पनि एकछिन मारिदेऊ न हात खुलो गरेर एकछिन अलि पछि मागौँ म
It was during these years of office work that I caught on. So in paragraph 6, he's going to talk about something he realized by working 12 hours a day, 5.
अब क्यामेरा अहिले पाले तिमीहरु बोल्दै छ है म पहिले सम्झाइराख्छु तिमीहरु तीन देवता
I got 2 weeks paid vacation per year. A year has 52 weeks. Even a comparatively unskilled, uneducated worker like me, who couldn't still can't do fractions and long division, even I had enough to figure out that 2 goes into 52 how many times? 26 times. So meaning it would take me 26 years to on the job to accumulate 1 year for himself. So he had to work 26 years just to accumulate 1 year for himself. And I could only have that in 26 pieces, not in once. He have to do the work for 26 years, then he will get the 1 year. 1 year.
Okay, continue, no problem, continue. The light will
1
come
year.
back. The light will come back.
So it wouldn't even feel like a year. In other words, no time was truly mine. My boss merely allowed me an illusion of freedom, a little space.
Turn on. There's a button. Yeah. Wait a minute. It will take few seconds.
So, अर्को point भन्दै गर्छु नि त सर. So as a worker, he got no vacation. But does his boss get one? Of course. where it takes him 26 years on the job to accumulate 1 year as
Source. HDMI to click. Wait, yeah.
and in last sentences he questions what does he gets in return. What does he gets in return for enormous things I am giving? What do I get in return for my life? So here he couldn't have a vacation. 26. He couldn't have a vacation. If he wants a vacation, he only gets vacation of 2 weeks, and he works for 50 weeks. So this 50 weeks is owned by his boss, and this is the days, the weeks he owns.
I'll give an example from my own service. See, look at me. I am a permanent lecturer at Tribhuvan University campus, right? I have been teaching there as a permanent lecturer for the last 10 years. And I get 30 days a week per year, in which 15 days I must consume within a year, I can't accumulate. I can collect. So I never take other 15 days, so it's in 10 years. Now I have 150 days leaves collected in my service in the last 10 years, right? Now if I want to go 1 year tour, let's imagine, I want to go 1 year tour, I can't. I have to quit my job. I have to resign from my job because I'm only 6 months holiday. Now the law says even if I collect all the holidays, I'm not allowed to collect more than 180 days, for example. So I cannot collect more than 6 weeks, 6 months, for example. So to get 1 year holiday, I must teach for 22 years, 23 years. If I teach 23 years, I will have 360 days holiday, right? Now the problem is my university will not give me 1 year holiday at one stretch. It will say we need to run classes, so we cannot give you this long holiday. So the university will give me holiday 15 days at one go. The point here is, the point that Michael Ventura is making here is that a worker gives his whole life to the company. A worker gives his whole life to the company. In 1 year, you have 52 weeks. So the company gives me 2 weeks holiday. So I have to go to company 50 weeks, right? Almost 98% of time. I give 50 weeks to the company. Then the company gives me 2 weeks. So I'm giving my life and the company is giving me nothing except something called salary. What do you call it? Therefore, if you want to develop in life, if you want progress in life, never become an employee. Never become a job holder. Always become employer. If you become employer, you can treat others as slaves. You can pay them as low as possible. You can exploit them and you get everything. Right? So never think of getting a job, because that is called, salary is like a full moon night. It appears on first of the month, and within 15 days there is lunar, no moon, and rest of the month is dark. तनख्वाह पूर्णिमा की चांद की तरह से है, जो एक पहली तारीख को आती है और 10वीं तारीख आते आते चांद गुजर जाता है और अमावस का अंधेरा शुरू हो जाता है. मुंशी प्रेमचंद said so in his story नमक का दारोगा, which I read in class 9 long ago. So never become a job holder. Always become an entrepreneur. If you are thinking of getting a job, quit the idea. Become an entrepreneur. It's always good to be an entrepreneur. It's never good to be a job holder. Go on.
So in para 6, this no time no time was really mine is the main idea. So you can write it down. So this he realized that no time was truly his. So what does this says? This say they have American employees have no freedom. So my boss merely allows me an illusion of freedom. So in America, freedom is just an illusion, just an illusion. There is no freedom for employees. So
do you see he is criticizing the Constitution? Because American Constitution guarantees life, liberty and pursuit of happiness. And here he says that liberty in the Constitution is illusion for the worker. So the Constitution is only for the employer. It is not for the worker. Go on.
So he works for 12 hours, 50 weeks a year for
12 hours
45
a day, 5 days a week.
and for 45 years. But what do he get in return for doing such hard work? What do he get in return for his life? So of course it's his life. He spends his
He's living his whole
45
life.
45 years for 45 years working. So what does he gets in return? We will see in the next paragraph. A paycheck that's as skimpy. This means little, limited as they can get away with. If I am lucky, if he is really lucky, then he can get some health insurance, and if he is really lucky, then he gets health, which includes teeth and eye checkup. So in America, teeth and eye checkup is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Maybe even
It's very, very expensive.
maybe even my mind. And in a truly enlightened workplace, if he's really lucky, then just enough pension or profit sharing to keep him sweet, but not enough to make life different. So this is the main point.
I also don't know what to do. Okay, try. Yes. That's how we learn, right?
So so this is the main idea in para 7.
Salary brings no good change in life. That's the point there.
So
Salary will never change your life.
what does he gets return for his life? A paycheck that is as little as it can get.
As skimpy as possible. The employer will pay you as little as possible. Remember, in the blue collar millionaire workers, their normal salary was $10 a week, and Robert Bartuglia was paying them $5 hour, right? It was $10 per hour. Normal salary was $10 per hour. And Bhaka and Bartuglia were paying the immigrant workers how much? $5. Yes. And even they were happy. Right? You go on.
So here is the point. In America, salary cannot bring change in your life. It's just enough to make you keep him sweet, but it's not enough to change their life. It's not enough because it's not enough to change their life. Why? Because they get less salary. They get little salary. Little salary, even though they work for 12 hours a day. Yeah.
we'll take a break at 8 o'clock. So we'll take a break here. And it's a 5-minute break. Don't take more than that. We'll start the second session after the break, okay? Thank you. Take a rest for a while till they come.